Last time we worked out your number, the exact part that means work finally becomes a choice instead of a life sentence. Somewhere around £576,000 for a comfortable-ish single life. More for some of you, less if you've got a partner. And if you're honest, the moment you saw that number, a second thought hit you straight after, right? But how? That figure feels 100 miles away. Here is the thing nobody tells you. The gap between knowing your number and actually building it isn't about how much you earn. It's about order. Most people pour their spare money into the wrong things, in the wrong sequence, and quietly lose years without ever realizing it. Because the UK tax system pays you massively for doing this in a specific order and says nothing when you get it wrong. By the end of this video, you are going to know exactly which pound goes where. First, the order that can get you to your number years faster than saving on instinct ever will. My name is Muzaffar Teja. I'm a qualified accountant and a former investment banker. So the order I'm about to give you isn't of a blog. It's how the system actually rewards you from the inside. This channel is where we cut through the noise and build real wealth here in the UK using the rules as they actually are. If that's your kind of thing, subscribe and join the family. Let's build. One quick thing before we start, so this lands for the right person. I'm going to assume you have already cleared your expensive debt, the credit cards, the car finance, the stuff charging you 20% or more, and that you have got a few months of expenses sitting in an easy to access emergency fund. That's the foundation and it comes first, full stop. If you're not there yet, don't disappear on me. Tell me in the comment and I'll make that exact video next because that step deserves its own. But knowing where this staircase leads is precisely what makes clearing that debt worth the grind. So stick with me. And the honest disclaimer, because it matters. Everything here is education, not personal financial advice. I'm going to give you the framework, the logic the good advisors actually use. But your situation is yours alone. Take the framework, then get personal advice before you act on it. Right. Picture your spare money, whatever is left after the bills and the debt and the emergency fund, as water. And in front of you is a staircase of buckets. Every bucket has a different rate of return backed into it by the tax system before you have invested in a single thing. The entire game of building wealth fast in Britain is just this. Fill the buckets in the right order so the water hits the highest return one first. Let me walk you down the staircase. Bucket 1, your workplace pension up to the full employer match. This is the first pound and it isn't close. Here is why. Under auto enrollment, the legal minimum going into your workplace pension is 8% of your qualifying earnings. You put in 5%, your employer is forced to put 3%. That 3% is most important number in this entire video. It's a 3% raise you already earn that only exists if you are paying in. If your employer matches more and plenty match up to 5% or 6%, you take every penny of it. Think about what a match actually is. You put in £1,000, your employer drops in £1,000 besides it. That's 100% return on your money before it's been invested for a single day. There is no investment on earth that reliably doubles your money instantly. Turning down your full match is the only place in personal finance where you're literally handing back part of your own salary. So bucket 1 is simple. Contribute enough to grab every matched pound your employer offers, never less. Now, before we go further, let me show you why pension punch so hard, because it drives the next few steps. When you put money in a pension, the government refunds the tax you paid on it. For a basic rate taxpayer, £100 in your pension only costs you £80. The taxman tops up the other £20. But if you are a higher rate taxpayer, that same £100 costs you just £60. And the additional rate, £55. Sit with that. A higher rate taxpayer is getting a 40% head start on every pound before it grows. That's not a nudge. That's the state paying you to build wealth. Bucket 2, the lifetime ISA, if you qualify for it. This one's for a specific group and it's genuinely brilliant for them. If you are between 18 and 39, you can open a lifetime ISA. And the government pays you a 25% bonus on everything you put in, up to £4,000 a year. So up to £1,000 of free money every year until you are 50. You can use it for your first home up to a purchase price of £450,000 or leave it to grow until you are 60 for retirement. For a first-time buyer, that £1,000 a year top-up is one of the best deals in British finance. But, and this is where I earn the accountant title, there is a trap. and you need to see it clearly. If you pull that money out for anything other than first home or turning 60, you don't just lose the bonus, you pay a 25% penalty on the whole balance. And the math is sneakier than it sounds. Put in £4,000, get you £1,000 bonus. You've got £5,000. Withdraw it early, the 25% charge is £1,250, leaving you with £3,750. You put in £4,000 and you got back £3,750. The government didn't just take back its bonus, it took £250 of your own money on the way out. So a lifetime ISA is only for goals you are genuinely committed to, your first home or your retirement. If there is any chance you will need it sooner, it's the wrong bucket. Bucket 3, a decision, not a bucket. Any remaining debt, not the 20% credit card stuff that was gone before we started. I mean the middle ground debt, a student loan, a low rate car loan, maybe part of your mortgage. Here is the clean way to think about it. Paying off a debt is a guaranteed return equal to its interest rate. Investing is an expected return that could be higher, but it isn't promised. So if your debt charges more than you could reasonably expect to earn after tax, clear it. If it charges less, the math usually favors investing while you pay the debt down slowly. There is no universal answer here. It genuinely depends on your rate. And anyone who tells you always pay off the mortgage or never pay off the mortgage is selling certainty that doesn't exist. Bucket 4, your stocks and shares ISA. Once you have grabbed the match and handled the Lisa, this is your workhorse. You can put in up to £20,000 a year across your ISAs and everything inside grows completely free of tax. No tax on growth, no tax on income, nothing to declare, nothing to pay when you take it out. But here is the reason it sits above extra pension contribution for a lot of you. And it's the same reason we talked about last time. You can access an ISA at any age. Your pension is locked away until you are 55. And that's rising to 57 in April 2028. So if any part of your plan involves stopping working before your late 50s, your ISA is the bridge that carries you across those years. It's freedom you can actually reach. Bucket 5, back to the pension for extra contribution. Now that your ISA is working, if you have still got money spare, you pile it back into your pension beyond the match. And this is where higher earners should lean in hard. Remember that 40% head start? Every extra pound a higher rate taxpayer puts in gets that relief, up to a generous annual allowance of £60,000 for most people. And there is a second lever here that's quietly enormous: salary sacrifice. If your employer offers it, you give up a slice of salary straight into your pension before national insurance is taken. Which means you don't just save income tax, you save the 8% national insurance on the top. It's the most tax efficient way to build a pension there is. One honest up-to-date flag on that, because things changed at the last budget. From April 2029, not now, but it's coming, the national insurance savings on salary sacrifice will be capped at £2,000 a year. Below that, it's untouched. Above it, the perk shrinks. You've got a clear runway to use it fully in the meantime, but plan with your eyes open. Bucket 6, the taxable account. This one only matters once you have genuinely filled the others. Most people never get here, and that's fine. If you have maxed your ISA and you are piling into your pension and you still have money to invest, it goes into a general investment account, out in the open where tax applies. You get a small tax-free buffer, £3,000 of capital gains and £500 on dividend a year. But beyond that, it's taxable. And those allowances have been cut hard in recent years, which is the whole point of the staircase. This bucket is the last precisely because it's the only one the taxman isn't subsidizing. Fill the sheltered buckets first, always. So that's the order. Match, lifetime ISA, clear the middling debt, ISA, more pension, taxable account. Follow it and you are not working harder than the next person. You are just letting the tax system do a chunk of heavy lifting for you, which is exactly what it's designed to do for the people who know the order. But here is what I have to tell you, because the order is only half the bottle. The other half is the part almost nobody wins, and it's got nothing to do with tax. It's behavior. You can know this entire staircase by heart and still never build a penny, because the money never actually makes it into the buckets. costs. It gets spent first. And here is brilliant research on how to beat this. In 2004, two economists, Richard Thaler and Shlomo Benartzi, published a study called Save More Tomorrow. They took a group of workers who genuinely couldn't afford to save more right then and got them to commit to one simple thing. Every time they got a pay rise in future, a chunk of it would automatically go into savings before they ever saw it. The results were staggering. Over about 3.5 years, their average saving rate went from 3.5% to 13.6%, nearly 4 times higher. And 80% of them stuck it through pay rise after pay rise. They didn't get more disciplined, they just removed the moment where willpower had to show up. And you don't have to take that on faith, because Britain ran the biggest version of this experiment on the entire country. Before 2012, only 47% of eligible employees paid into a workplace pension. Then the government made enrollment automatic. You are in unless you actively opt out. And by 2021, participation had jumped to 79%. That's 22.6 million people saving for the retirement, who mostly weren't before. Nothing about human willpower changed in those 9 years. The default changed. And that is the single most powerful lever you have. Make saving the thing that happens automatically on payday before your brain gets a vote. Pay yourself first into the bucket in order and then live on what's left. There is one more force working quietly in your favor once the money's in. And it's the reason all of this is worth doing at all. Compounding. Over the last 125 years, global shares have returned around 5% a year above inflation. And I'll be straight with you, this century it's been closer to 3.5. So I'm not going to sell you a fantasy, but even at those honest numbers, money left alone for decades doesn't add up. It multiplies. And the flip side is the most expensive lesson in personal finance: waiting. Every year you delay starting doesn't cost you 1 year at the end. It costs you the biggest, most powerful years, the one where all your earlier money would have been compounding hardest. Starting 5 years earlier can be worth more than doubling what you put in. The best day to start filling these buckets was years ago. The second best is the moment this video ends. And watch one silent thief while they are at it: fees. It sounds trivial to pay 1% more a year for a fund or a platform. It isn't. Over a working lifetime, that 1% doesn't nibble at your return. It compounds against you and can quietly eat a serious chunk of your final pot. Money that was yours, gone not to taxman, but to charges you never noticed. Cheap, simple, and consistent beats clever and expensive almost every time. Now let me give you the milestone to actually aim for, because £576,000 by retirement is too far away to feel real day to day. It's called coast fire, and it's the moment everything changes. It's the point where you have invested enough that even if you never added another penny, compounding alone would grow it into your full number by the time you retire. Hit that and you are not financially free yet, but you have bought back your freedom to breathe. You could drop to a job you actually like, or one that pays less but costs you nothing in stress, because your future is already handled. It's the freedom number before the freedom number. And for most people, it arrives a decade or more before the finish line. That's the real target, not the mountaintop. The point where climb stops being scary. So here is what I want you to do, and it's specific. Look at the 6 buckets and tell me in the comments which one you are standing on right now. Bucket 1, grabbing the match, or further down the staircase. I read them and it tells me exactly what to make next. And if you are not at the staircase yet, if that expensive debt or the emergency fund is still in the way, comment step 0. And if enough of you do, that's the next video I build. Subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss it, because a number is useless without the machine that builds it. And that machine is what we are building together on this channel. This is Mr. Financial Mindset. I'm Muzaffar Teja, reminding you weren't born to pay bills and die. You were born to build the machine that quietly buys back your time, one bucket at a time. I'll see you in the next one.